Welcome to the Vex Robotics competition referee training videos, designed for both referees and teams. This is Chapter 7, Autonomous Mode and the Autonomous Win Point. This video will be all about the 15-second autonomous period at the beginning of every VRC change-up match. While this may seem like a short amount of time, a lot can happen during the autonomous period. Remember, per Rule G10, Drive team members are not allowed to interact with the robot in any way during the autonomous period. This includes activating any controls on the VexNet joysticks or V5 controllers, unplugging or interfering with the field connections in any way, or triggering sensors on their robot, including the vision sensor, in any way. To determine the winner of the 6-point autonomous bonus, referees should tally scores at the end of the autonomous period. Whichever team is ahead at the end of the autonomous period receives the bonus. More often than not, this will be obvious, but it's important for referees to take the time, if needed, to ensure this bonus is awarded correctly. If the autonomous period ends in a tie, including a 0-0 tie, each alliance will receive an autonomous bonus of 3 points. This year, more than ever, it is important for referees to understand what teams and their robots can and cannot do during the autonomous period. First and foremost, robots are expected to stay on their side of the field during the autonomous period. This is the time for teams to show off their programming abilities, and we want to make sure that this is noticed. Rule SG2 states robots may not contact the foam tiles or balls which are on the opposing alliance's side of the autonomous line. Note that per this rule, robots can cross over the autonomous line, so long as they do not contact any of the foam field tiles on the opposite side. Any violation of this rule will automatically result in the 6-point autonomous bonus being awarded to the opposing alliance. If both alliances have a robot that violates this rule, the 6-point autonomous bonus will not be awarded for the match. Rule SG2 also states that robots may not contact the goals that are in the opposing alliance's home zone. However, the 3 goals located in the middle of the field along the autonomous line are fair game for both alliances. If attempting to score in these goals, teams should keep in mind the opposing robots may attempt to do the same, and normal robot interaction rules will apply. Rule SG3 states that balls that start fully on one side of the autonomous line may not contact the foam tiles on the opposite side of the autonomous line during the autonomous period. This rule is intended to prevent teams from interfering with their opponent's autonomous routines by pushing or launching balls from one side of the field to the other. Incidental violations of this rule that have no impact on the opposing alliance will result in a warning, while violations that do impact the opposing alliance's autonomous routine will result in a 6-point autonomous bonus being automatically awarded to the opposing alliance. It is important to remember that the balls that start a match on the autonomous line are not included in Rule SG3. New for this season is the implementation of the autonomous win point. Teams can earn this additional win point towards their ranking by completing their alliance home row during the autonomous period. Simply put, to earn this win point, the alliance must own the 3 goals in the home row at the end of the autonomous period. It is important to remember that unlike the 6-point autonomous bonus, the autonomous win point can be achieved by both alliances in any given qualification match. However, receiving the autonomous win point does not result in any additional points being awarded to an alliance's match score. That's all for Chapter 7. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out the other chapters in this referee training series.